are paying attention to this one because you never know when your bubble will burst. We will bring you the pins and those shots from way outside. So stay calm, cool, and collected and celebrate with us. Sports Night is next.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro, and we're really getting towards the end, Joe. Another short show this evening.
We are very, very close as we get another team's season comes to an end this week.
Yep.
We're getting into some section tournaments at the end of the show, and we're talking some state tournament entrants this week.
We have some very exciting things to bring you tonight.
So we'll start with the boys hockey team. The season over for the Cardinals after a one-and-done appearance in the Section 5 AA tournament. The Cardinals earned the 5th seed, which meant a quarterfinal matchup with the Centennial Cougars. Cougars beat the Cardinals 8-1 early in the season, but in this section, they were the most beatable high seed. So the Cardinals were hoping to at least be competitive. But the Cougars pounce on the Cardinals from the word go, and they dominate start to finish. Centennial starts the scoring with a mad rush to the net. 3 minutes in, Anthony Lemire finally putting home the third chance for the Cougars. They outshot the Cardinals 14-3 in the first. Don't score again until late in the period on the power play. Cullen Daikawa cashing in with the extra man. Another scramble around the net, and the Cougars are able to capitalize. They're up 2-0 after one. They really pour it on in the second, already up 5 off the offensive draw. Joshua O'Hara redirects the feed from Henry Bartle. Centennial making it look easy. Cardinals answer quickly after that one. Tommy Carl's wrister sneaks through the keeper off the post, and Carl's able to sweep it home. Coon Rapids able to avoid the shutout and keep the third period from starting with running time. But that's about all the good that goal really did. Cougars continue to cruise in the third. O'Hara had a couple of goals in the third to complete the hat trick. Centennial outshoots the Cardinals 22-3 in the final frame, 52-13 in the game, and they coast to a 10-1 win.
Yeah, again, I'll talk about the bracket.
There you see it. No surprises in the bracket. Champlin Park just barely slipping past number 6 Anoka, and then coming up just short against Maple Grove in the semifinal. Blaine handling Centennial easily in the semifinal 5-0. That Blaine-Maple Grove game should be very interesting.
It should be a lot of fun, no doubt about that. And I'll tell you the thing, it's a tough way for the Cardinals to go out. They've, especially the last couple of games, given up a lot of goals. And that makes it difficult, obviously.
And I think that's one of the toughest parts for the Cardinals to think about in the offseason is not necessarily their record, but how they lost those games.
Agree.
Too many games that they just let get way out of hand. They give up 10 or more in 3 of their last 4 games. Granted, that's some pretty good competition.
It is.
Including Blaine and Andover. You had Maple Grove in there as well. And Blaine actually didn't get to double digits. It was the one that didn't get to double digits in that final stretch. But, improved on their record from last year.
They did.
But the lopsidedness of the losses is tough to stomach.
Yeah, I don't know. You may know how many goals they gave up this year, but it was a lot, unfortunately.
It was.
Well, this year's Cardinal wrestlers have a rare opportunity competing on their home mats for a chance to go to the big dance. The Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse was the site of last week's Section 7 AAA Individual Championships. The best of the Northwest came to Coon Rapids, looking to punch their tickets to the state tournament. Among the qualifiers, 3 Cardinals who used their last meet at the barn to achieve a dream. A lot of other Cardinals still did well in the tournament. Sophomore Dalen Jones lost to eventual champion Scott Springer from Anoka in the semis, but Jones finished 5th with a pair of pins. Senior John Svobodny battled back from a semifinal loss at 120, but lost a 4-3 decision in the true second match. Just missed a trip to the tourney. Heavyweight Gavin Layton, he made it to the championship match, but then lost back-to-back decisions, including a 1-0 loss in the true second match. Tough one for him. Sophomore Alex Kowalczyk, he isn't done yet this season. He opened with a pin, then a 4-3 decision over Blaine's Jordan Grayseth Clendon. He lost in the championship but qualifies as the runner-up at 132. He'll be joined by classmate Elijah Madimba. Elijah lost the 138-pound championship but scored a sudden victory in true second match to make it to state. And his big brother, he'll be there too. Moise Madimba was the top seed at 152 and proved he deserved it. Goes out on top as the Section 7 champions. So congratulations to those guys to make it to state. Good opportunity for the Cardinal wrestlers to show what they can do.
Absolutely.
In the big dance.
Congratulations to all three, especially Moses Medima, the senior. Excuse me. He started the season at 170.
Yep.
Trimmed down to 160. And we talked about it. He's scary at 152. He's scary good.
So quick.
Hoping he can have an impact at state. The other two just sophomores. And you look at a couple of the other guys who just barely missed. Third place finish for heavyweight Gavin Layton, just a sophomore. Fourth place finish for sophomore Dalen Jones. So a lot of young guys that'll come back and make this team that much stronger next year.
Yeah, it bodes so well for them because they've got that experience under their belt, and just as sophomores, only the better things for those young men.
Yeah, and definitely wish the best of luck to the 3 state entrants. Well, the state championships for boys swimming and diving is also this weekend, and there are a couple of Cardinals headed there as well. Cardinals had a lot of great performances at the Section 7 AA meet last week. Obviously, qualifying a couple of guys is great, but there were a couple of other near misses and a lot of great times to finish the season. The 200 medley relay team of Matt Struess, Andrew Trong, Tyler Schultz, and Serwin White didn't qualify for state, but their fourth place time of 1 minute 41.41, also fourth all-time in school history. 200 freestyle, the youngsters setting the pace. Freshman Tyler Schultz out-touched by Duluth East 8th grader Grant Woodney. Schultz qualifies for state as a runner-up. 100 butterfly, Duluth East's Ryan Zeeland set a section meet and pool record with a 50.18. Tyler Schultz in lane 3, able to get to the wall next and qualify for state in his second event. Matt Struess finished third in that race behind Schultz. Struess in the 100 backstroke, and he's going to come up just short of state again. Third place in 55.46, missing a state berth by less than a second. Still some hardware to finish the season, and he's also just a sophomore. Another historic moment in the 100 breaststroke. Forest Lakes Maximilian True set a pool and section meet record. Top 4 had state qualifying times. Cardinal senior Andrew Trong finished 5th, which is also 5th fastest in school history. Trong also part of the 400 free relay team along with Serwin White, Matt Struess, and Tyler Schultz. They finished the season with a 3:26.21, 6th in section, 14th in the school record book. As a team, the Cardinals finished 6th place, 1 spot better than last year's finish.
Yeah, a lot of nice finishes for those young men right there, and certainly a nice finish for the swim team is to improve one-up space.
And there are your state entrants. Unfortunately, we didn't have a camera there when they did the diving, but sophomore Jack Simmer qualified as the 3rd place finisher at sections, and for diving, the top 4 go. So Jack Simmer, just a second-year diver, and Tyler Schultz, just a freshman and a sophomore, the 2 state entrants. Best of luck to them this weekend as well, Thursday through Saturday, over at the University of Minnesota Aquatic Center.
Yeah, and we talk about their success and their numbers, how they've increased. We hope the success from this season increases the numbers for next year as well.
Absolutely.
For Coach Donaldson's squad. Well, the boys basketball team will wrap up the regular season this week, needing something positive to build on into the playoffs. The Cardinals opened up a 3-game homestand last Tuesday, hoping to break their 5-game losing streak. The matchup with an Andover presented a great opportunity. The Huskies had just 4 wins this season, also lost 5 in a row. Coon Rapids won the first meeting 58-50 and were looking for the season sweep. Cardinals get their big gun firing right away. Marshall Holland had 13 of the team's first 15 points, finished with a game high of 23. Still, Cardinals playing from behind most of the night. David Asime with the steal, then finishes with the flush. He was held at just 6 points, and the Huskies led 28-23 at the break. Coon Rapids keeping close all night. Armonte Henry with a strong move to the baseline. He gets the bucket and the foul. Cardinals able to even the game up late in the half. But Andover answers to reclaim the lead. Strong pass to Brady Garcia underneath. He led the Huskies with 18 points, most from in close. This one going down to the final seconds. Jordan Doe with a fake to create space. He knocks down the 3-pointer. That made this a 1-point game with less than 30 seconds to go. Matt Roder not able to seal the deal coming up at the line. Cardinals down 1, get the ball back, but Jordan Doe mishandles the ball and turns it over. Coming up here, Cardinals quick to foul. Now it's Nolan Foy's turn to try, and he can't do it either. Cards get the board down by 2. They push it up the court, but he realizes his shot is well short of the mark. The Cardinals drop a heartbreaker, 58-56, the final.
Yeah, that's just a game where they were behind most of the night, but they never let that deficit get very big. They had a chance at the end, and they had a couple of little bobbles, a little miscommunication. They just run out of time.
It's unfortunate.
It was very unfortunate, especially with home court, starting the homestand late in the season, trying to break the skid.
Number 5 seed on the line. We'll see if that still maybe will hold, even though they lost.
Correct.
We'll
There's
see.
still a couple of games remaining, but that was a tough loss to stomach. But it didn't get much better on Friday night. The Cardinals taking on Totino Grayson, losing by 17 to the Eagles, 65-48 the final there. Marshall Holland, 13.7 boards, leads the way in both categories for the Cardinals. Lucky Morange also getting into double digits. But we've talked about how they need more production, consistent production from the lower parts of their lineup. Marshall Holland has been on fire for the last 3 weeks. That was a little bit of a down night for him at 13. That's only the second time in like 7 games that he had been held under 20. So they need to get some production from guys not named Marshall Holland on a regular basis if they hope to make a run. They close out the regular season hosting Armstrong on Tuesday, then finish up at Irondale on Friday. Girls basketball team will head into the section tournament this week. Closing out the regular season, they went to Andover on Tuesday night and lost 48-36 to the Huskies. Jenny and Tomboy leading the way with 8 points. Lainey Hanneman and Lexi West each adding 7, and Sydney Kerr chipped in 5. Then on Thursday, they played the Eagles, and they lose to Totino Gray 61-39. Hanneman leading the way with 13 points. Destiny Artis added 9. And now they go into the into the section tournament as the number 7 seed facing Cambridge Isani.
Yeah, and they beat Cambridge Isani in the very opening game of the season, but it's been a tale of 2 different seasons for those 2 clubs down the stretch.
Absolutely, and Cardinals have had long losing streak to carry them into the postseason. They did get that late win against Blaine. That was a big one for them, but they need a lot of things to go right. The one benefit to this draw is they know deep inside that they can beat the team.
They can.
On the other side. And, 2 versus 7, it can still happen.
You just have to play your best game of the season, and it could happen because they have the opportunity to do that. It's not going to be easy and taking a long road trip up to Cambridge, but nonetheless, you're right. They know they beat them once already this year. If they play their best mistake-free basketball, they have an opportunity.
Well, we will be there to see it, most definitely. Can't do it live because of course, MSHSL rules, but that'll premiere here at midnight on Wednesday night. We're going to be at the boys basketball game on Friday when they close out the regular season schedule at Irondale, and then we'll see some boys basketball playoffs. We're hoping maybe another girls basketball playoff game in there, a little semifinal action after the big upset. Come out to Cambridge Isani on Wednesday night and cheer on your Lady Cardinals as they head into section tournament time. We will have much more for you next week on Sports Night, but that's going to do it for this edition. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.